for mayor.
76 presidential aspirants.
Vietnam accused Thailand of sinking fishing boat.
Stronger Lando heads for Luzon.
Alcantara last Pinoy standing.
Ascals have mountain to climb.
Hello Philippines!
And hello world!
You're watching on News 24/7. Let's talk about the headline. 76 presidential aspirants. A total of 76 people have submitted their COCs for president, 15 for vice president, and 83 for senator.
In his speech at the COMELEC, Rojas said Team Daang Matuwid was hoping that the public would pick the right leaders who would promote the best interests of the Filipino people. What we are fighting for is not just the interest of one person, one tandem, or one party. This is about the dream of all Filipino families. Their dream to live with dignity, to live knowing that if they work harder, their lives will get better and that they have a future filled with opportunities, he said. Rojas said that the COC filing marked the beginning of Team Daang Matuwid's all-out fight. We will give our all in this fight. This is a battle worth fighting for. He said he and Robredo were thankful for the opportunity to carry on with the straight path governance.
Duterte announces run for mayor. Davao City Mayor Rodrigo Duterte ended the dream that had driven his supporters to somewhat weird behavior when he finally filed his certificate of candidacy for mayor at the Commission on Elections District Office here yesterday.
The short Duterte's executive assistant, Christopher Go, was wearing said it, all noise no. I don't want to you or every stubborn was written on the back of the t-shirt that Go wore when he filed Duterte's COC.
Hindi ako tatakbo ng presidente. Wala akong ambisyon maging presidente. At
In the late afternoon, Duterte said, I never said anything but wanting to be the next president even from the start. People wanted it, but I never did. I really filed my COC, that's finally said. The COC filing, the high expectation that he'd been building here since early morning when people began flocking to the city's barbershop and beauty salon to have their heads shaved, in the hope that Duterte's would make equally bold move to seek the presidency.
Vietnam accused China of sinking fishing boat. Hanoi, Vietnam on Thursday accused China of sinking one of its fishing boats near Deputed Island in the South China Sea. In the latest incident, the should further raise tension between the communist neighbor, Phan Huy Wang, an official in central Quang Hai province, where the fisherman came from, said a Chinese vessel slammed into the fishing boat, with 10 fishermen on board near the Paracel Island on September 29. The sinking. The fishermen were reduced by another Vietnamese fishing boat, and the case was reputed authorized when the fisherman returned home 2 days ago.
Walking Dead and Fear. The Walking Dead is back for 6th season, but a month and a half prior to that, viewers got to see the early days of the zombie apocalypse in Fear the Walking Dead. Reruns of which air Mondays 10 p.m. on cable channel AMC.
The spin-off prequel, Hot on the Hill of the Hit Monster Drop, give an ominous look at the beginning of the end times. While it doesn't reveal what triggered the cataclysm and where it truly started, the series zero in the havoc in California.
Now for the weather. Stronger Lando heads for Luzon. A tropical storm now making its way towards Luzon is expected to develop into a full-blown typhoon, bringing with it strong winds and heavy rain this weekend. According to the Philippine Atmospheric, Geophysical and Astronomical Services Administration, also known as PAG-ASA, Tropical storm Lando, international name Kopu, is projected to make landfall on Saturday Isabela before moving on to Bataan and Zambales.
Azcals have mountains to climb. The away loss to Bahrain on Tuesday night at Bahrain National Stadium in Repa has left the Philippine Haskell with a mountain to climb in the Group H of Asian Zone World Cup qualifying. But skipper Phil Younghusband remains optimistic that Haskell, who are the third with several points from the game, can still finish second in the group and counted for a spot in the next round of qualifying.
Alcantara last Pinoy standing. Francis Casey Alcantara showed he had something more to give, but as the veteran Johnny Arcila and Jason Patrovon got the door. Showcasing his gritty, crowd-pleasing style, Alcantara outlasted Chinese Taipei's Lian Wenchu 7-6, 6-1, and advanced to the quarterfinals of the 34th Philippine Collegiate Association PCA. Open Cebuana Louis ITF 9-3-2 at the PCA court in Paco. But it wasn't that easy for the last of the 5 Filipino entrants in the $15,000 event. Alcantara found himself in a 2-5 group in the opening set had to scramble a tie-break which he handled well.
Robust Gilas for tougher Rio Fier. Pangilinan said that the SBP chief can ask Clarkson to play for Gilas. Jun Navarro said, even with all the materials for a stronger Gilas Pilipinas pie at its disposal, the Samahan Basketball ng Pilipinas faces a treacherous ride to the Rio de Janeiro Olympics. That's because the world qualifier is several notches tougher than the recent FIBA Asia Championship, where the Philippines landed second to host China and missed landing the continent's lone spot in the Olympics. Countries expected to play in the 3 world qualifiers are basketball powerhouses like France, Greece, Italy, Puerto Rico, Turkey, and Serbia, among others. And there's another big hitch. Only the champions in the 3 tournaments will book tickets to the Olympics. Bandit says with Gilas, even with a capable coach in Tabbas View, last Andre Blatt, and probably Los Angeles Lakers guys. Jordan Clarkson teaming up sa PBA will have to be at Fitness best because they're one of the wild cards. Nevertheless, SBP President Manny P. Pangilinan yesterday saw application for PBA commitment to make certain key players to the national squad and give go signal to the country participation in qualifying. Date July 5 to 10 next year. Once again, good morning Philippines, good morning world. This is the News 24/7. Enjoy your life, enjoy happiness.
Good morning, dear bloopers, and hello world. Ulit. Stop.
I don't want to know you are every stubborn.
Si Padilla ako!
The latest incident that should
Gagawa lang ako sa papel mo tayo. Alam mo, papel mo bababa. Sa ilang nagawin tama ko. Si Derek. Pwede mo ito po. You need to use premarital sex. Game. Once again, good morning, Philippines. Good morning.
wala pa.
That's all, folks.